Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Pro Dota Commentary done by Luminous. This is Commentary 348. I remember the number for today because 48 is my favorite number. That's why my first YouTube channel was called Luminous 48, and then LuminouStudios, and then LuminousInverse. Today where I'm casting NoTidehunter versus Navi. I'm gonna quickly pause it here as I just really need to talk about the pick and ban. Alright, for a couple of things first. If you want to just scroll back like a couple seconds to look at the beginnings, there were a couple of interesting bans, and an interesting thing about the pick ban stage. It can give you time to actually go back and spot them. Have you spotted them? First of all, there was a Magnus ban, and if you watch my commentary between Navi and was it Team Empire? Yeah, Team Empire. There was a Magnus in that game by Navi, so maybe NoTidehunter paying a little bit of respect, and maybe Magnus is just a ban-worthy hero, at least against Navi now. So just crazy things to see Magnus not ever being picked up, and then now here on a second stage ban. So just goes back to my point I previously stated that, you know, every hero is just pretty trendy. Every hero is valid in the pro scene. If you just find ways to work it in, you know, it's good. And Navi got the Magnus on the bans list, so, you know, that's as good as it gets. Also, if you looked at the Navi reserve time, they had 0 time left. I do believe the story was one of the Navi players were pubbing, and then they went over the pre-schedule time. So tis Navi, you got to be a little bit more professional on that, and they were punished by not having any reserve time. Although I don't think that's any kind of severe punishment, as there's puppy drafting, and he probably had this draft pre-planned in his head, and he just had to click on the heroes, and thus no problem was even introduced. So Navi, they have a Darkseer, a Chen, a Bane Elemental, Broodmother, and a Sand King. So you'd be like, whoa, hold up. Where is the carry here? What is their lane? I mean, they have 2 long lane heroes. There's the Broodmother. There's 2 jungling hero. I mean, Darkseer could jungle, but there's Chen there as well. So what the hell exactly is Navi doing? Now, if you guys haven't watched the CH versus Days game I recently casted, shame on you, because that was a great game featuring Yafits on Templar Assassin. You will notice that Darkseer is a great flat-out counter against Templar Assassin, and that's where we will begin our introduction of the lanes today. It is going to be a Darkseer solo mid, really going to pin down Templar Assassin. And if I tell you Darkseer is going to be solo mid, the rest of it is going to be somewhat self-explanatory. Of course, Broodmother on that long suicide lane, and then we're going to see somewhat more of a farming Sand King with Bane Elemental as a support, and then Chen obviously in his jungle. Of course, on NoTidehunter side, I think we could unpause. On NoTidehunter side, we're most likely going to see a Templar Assassin on the solo mid position. Of course, Admiral Bulldog, known to play Syllabear very well, like his signature hero, very famous, and a lot of times gets a lot of respect ban because of that. Most likely he plays it on the long lane, and he does crazy jukes with the spear, you know, pulls the creep wave and then pull a different creep wave and then park it in front of the tier 1 tower. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about on that long suicide lane. But we might actually not see him on the suicide lane, because there is a great offensive tri lane, at least the option to do so. Undying, Keeper of the Light, as well as Rubik. It's no joke when it comes down to tri lane. I have to pause, right? Why are they? Okay, they're just taking time picking their hero. Okay, yeah. So this is a very powerful tri lane. We've been seeing a little bit different in terms of skilling Undying lately. I mean, in the previous game where I think I cast with B-Ball, and he went 1 into Decay, Soul Rip, and then Tomb, and then Flesh Golem, and then Max Tomb by 8. So we might see that from Loda. We might see a completely different build. We definitely see Max Decay by 7 builds before as well, as that is a great skill to spam. When you level it up, the cooldown gets significantly lower. It gets a lot better. But, you know, we'll see what floats Loda's boat, as NoTidehunter is going very deep here into the enemy territory. S4 is going to be playing the Templar Assassin. Loda on the Undying, as talked about. Follow Act on Twitter is going to be playing Keeper of the Light. We have Eternal Envy, the captain. Oh, puppy, gotta be careful. But for level 1 here, NoTidehunter actually doesn't have any disable safe for the telekinesis. Looks like gonna just do some advanced warding here, and eating the tree on the high ground and dropping down Observe Ward. This is some next level warding by Eternal Envy. I'm pretty sure later, puppy, when he walks up here, he's gonna be somewhat of confused. It's like, you know, where the hell's my creep cam? He's probably gonna drop a Sentry Ward too, expecting that as a very stable, normal Observer Ward warding off his camp. He's gonna think to himself, ha, I got you. And then really it's gonna be Eternal Envy that says, ha, you fell into my trap. Alright, Emerald Bulldog, yeah, he is gonna be playing on his Lone Druid. And yeah, he's going to be on the safe lane this time, and he is going to match up against Light of Heaven's Broodmother. Now, we know Light of Heaven, he's a great solo, long lane solo player, and Broodmother is one of the best hero on the long lane solo. But 1v1 matchup, I actually believe that Lone Druid has this thing in the bag. Simply because it's not really 1v1, it's 1v2. And once we see Spirit Bear or we see Emerald Bulldog hit level 5, he is going to have that entangle, and that's when Light of Heaven is going to have a big issue. And of course, there is Centaur being dropped down as well, so Light of Heaven is going to get harassed right at level 1, and that's going to slow down his item progression in terms of getting that Soul Ring as well. Emerald Bulldog will have the harass as well as the creeping advantage, so really it's going to be a tough lane for Light of Heaven. We'll check out this lane in just a bit. Let's jump on the middle here. S4 versus Dendi. And as expected here, Dendi on the Darkseer really will shut down S4. Both going for a quick bottle, I imagine. Yes, both going for a quick bottle, although S4 does have an extra self. S4 is going to have all his refreshing charge being drained by the Iron Shell. And Dendi is going to have an easy time pushing the lane as well. Generally, when you're playing Templar Assassin, one of the better advantage you have is you constantly push a creep wave, and thus you are applying more pressure. They're having a little bit more difficult time lasting on the tower, and you're grabbing the runes. But against the Darkseer, it's the opposite situation. Jungling for... did it not block the camp? It just didn't block the camp. Alright. So it was like, ah, you fell in my trap. Aha! You fell in my trap card. And then like, wait. Alright, Chen is going to be coming around with the Centaur. Now, this particular lineup I have not talked about is the Sand King and Bane Elemental dual lane top. It's going to be designed to be a very defensive dual lane, trying to de-ward some action here. And now they're blocking their own ward. Okay. We just have a lot of awkward warding and de-warding action. Guys, pro gamers, please study those charts. The quote-unquote, the spawn camp zone block. I thought this blocked. I mean, seems like he tested before. There's no way you randomly eat a tree and just put it down, but apparently it doesn't block. So, alright, going back to the drawing board for Eternal Envy. In either case, no Tidehunter looking to pressure a little bit. And yes, we are going to see that second point of Soul Rip. So, no really rushing for the Tombstone. So, if you don't put that second point of Tombstone, it is indicative that you're not going to be maxing Tombstone anytime soon. We might even see a Decay max, although that kind of depends. Looks like we're going to have Dendi harassing on S4 a little bit. Chen coming around with the smoke gang. But really, Dendi's got to push a creep wave by quite a bit. Yeah, he needs a creep wave to be tanking the tower. If not, then he was not going to have an easy time. And looks like, ooh, there's a very timely haste rune as well. He's going to go back and tango up. We might even see a vacuum being dumped. Haste rune being popped, vacuum being used right now. And here we go, S4 in a lot bigger trouble than he thinks he is in, because Chen is coming around right now. S4 now will be juking to the right. How good will be Puppy's micro. S4 still juking around. A lot of body blocking here and there. S4 will not be running a haste rune as test of fave for the first blood. Puppy picks that one up. Courier or boots for him should be very happy. Looks like both team is using this ward, using this camp to be pulling. Even a Centaur being dumped down here as well. And I do believe that is a Radiant Centaur, so Havo's got to be somewhat careful if he's sandstorming within this nearby vicinity, as that might be the death of him. So very good gank here by Chen, and it really shows you what Dendi can do in terms of what Darkseer can do in terms of mid lane. Could push the creep basically on the spot, push the creep wave on the spot whenever he wants to do so, get kills against Templar Assassin whenever he wants. Sure, he was aided by a haste rune, but definitely has access into Surge, I mean, if he wants to do so. So it's a very favorable matchup against Templar Assassin. So sometimes in the next pop game, if somebody just try hard picks a Templar Assassin gets you, just show them up, pick a Darkseer in the mid lane, and just blow their mind, because I'm pretty sure they're not expecting that. On the bot lane here, let's check out on the farm. 22, it looks like, wow, Loda actually leading in terms of farm, but he's most getting free farm, as Havos can't even walk in the lane. But we have Emerald Bulldog really leading the farm, as well as we see Broodmother really falling behind because of things like Entangle like that. Yeah, 1v1 situation, it is Emerald Bulldog that's going to be winning it, but we do see Dendi coming around with the mini-map gank, and is he going to get the gank off? We'll have to wait and see. Looks like, oh, there's going to be Iron Shell. One hit proc by Dendi, against Dendi, and Dendi's going to surge back. I'm out, still going for the kill. Meanwhile, on the top lane here, a lot of bell being dropped here. Aki's going to be going down. Tombstone already dropped. Is that a level 1 tomb? That is a level 1 tomb. And now Puppy in a little bit of trouble. Hovos in bigger trouble as well. He thought Tombstone's going to protect him. Tombstone will not protect him. Salving up, and looks like he's going to Burrow Strike right back in. Telekinesis, tossing to Puppy, but he's still alive. Yes, he's still alive. Eternal Envy has went down. Great gank here, and looks like Loda's on the run. Loda, though, fairly tanky, should be fine as well. Puppey being blown apart by the horses, but diving and pound, killing Aki, and killing Eternal Envy as well, and not getting killed on Sand King, definitely a very favorable exchange in the favor of Navi. So Navi playing rather well so far, despite all the quote-unquote disadvantage going against them. This is a very disadvantaged lane. On the top lane should have been a disadvantaged lane as well, but hey, they were okay. Back in the mid lane here, Dendi going for a little bit more action. S4 very low. It looks like Havos is finally back to base. One thing that Havos likes to do when he plays a very aggressive carry is that he gets a teleport scroll and perhaps even gank the other lane. That's when he plays things like Sand King or Sven. There's a teleport scroll. He might actually just TP on the there. Man, just calling it as it is. And then it looks like we could even see a Surge going in, Surge plus Iron Shell going in, even Salves Dendi up, man. You don't see a lot of carry play do that. There's an Iron Shell, there's a Salve, Burrow Strike right in S4. Oh, but there's going to be a vacuum easily breaking. That Burrow Strike will hit. Where's the vacuum? There's a vacuum breaking all the tree, and S4 will be going down. Oh, Havos, gotta be careful. He's going to have Sandstorm. Yes, Sandstorm the last hit on the tower, and that's going to be another great game. Navi just really shredding these early game advantage away from NoTidehunter, but the lead is still on the Radiant side because they're farming way better. Leading a lot of CS is the Silver on the bot lane. He is saving for 800 gold after going for a Train Boot. I imagine he's going to go straight into Relic now because he's having a very good time. Although we could see maybe an AOE 2000 Maelstrom build. That's pretty decent. The attack speed is definitely very welcome against a melee carry, especially if you could get reliable Entangle against him. Emerald Bulldog, though, gotta be somewhat careful because there is a ganking party coming his way in the form of a Chen Creep, Dendi Invisible, as well as Puppey, the hero, is coming right in. Emerald Bulldog, Did you guys see that? You guys see that? Alright, you didn't see that. We're gonna rewind back a little bit. Alright. Emerald Bulldog, no teleport scroll, Micro and the bear, gets a teleport scroll, level of haste. Is he gonna TP? Sees people coming and TP's out. I know it's not really flashy or anything, I just like lost my mind kind of there. Because you never see that kind of play like in your regular pub game. That's pro. Again, it's not the most difficult thing to do, but sensing a 4-man gank coming away when you have 0 wards up in the vicinity, and then sending a bear to grab the TP because that's a safe thing and correct thing to do, and then teleport to the tier 2 because you don't want to teleport all the way back to base because you lose that farm time, and then go straight back in the jungle. It's just small sequence of play like that just blows my mind when I watch pro games. Like, man, these guys are just really good. Top lane here looks like we're gonna see a tier 1 tower siege. We do see a tier 1 tower siege down on the bot lane as well. NoTidehunter looking to bring down this tower, but they just don't have really the great pushing spell. They have good anti-pushing with the Fable as well as the Illuminate, but they just can't knock down tower quickly enough. Also, meanwhile, we do see Navi bringing down tier 1, and you might be saying, well, isn't that a good? Ooh, you might be saying that isn't that a good advantage coming from Navi? On paper, yeah, you know, it doesn't go for Navi, but in reality, I gotta say, you expect Light of Heaven to do that by himself, because he's Broodmother. The fact that he is not doing himself and he's required help to push down tower, that's really showing that Emerald Bulldog is winning this lane. Keep in mind, that's the second time he has received help. Keep in mind that Dendi came around earlier and didn't really get off a successful gank, so they're really having a tough time. Chen is going to be trying to warp behind the jungle, but a little bit more teleport action coming on the top lane. Looks like the Eternal Envy has already won down Loda. A little bit of trouble as well. Burrow Strike, I don't think they killed him. He's very tanky. Decay is being maxed out, not 2 points in Decay. The horse is hitting everybody. Loda pops the magic wand. He will have Decay cooling down in just a bit. Just as I say that though, Surge, Iron Shell, and Burrow Strike is going to bring it down 0 and 6. Ooh, having a very tough time is Emerald Bulldog and his team, but mostly his team, as on the top lane being completely decimated. You run the tri lane to knock down a couple towers and get up a couple of kills, but right now they have not done a single bit. It looks like ours are looking for some very offensive nightmare. Templar Assassin has destroyed a tier 1 tower in the mid lane, but looks like, oh, he's going to eat some horses to the face here, and a couple more right click is going to force him away. Now let's go on the top here, focusing on the tower. He needs to bring up something. He's trying to get off the animation, and the Decay from Loda says, alright, if you want to give me a freebie, I'll take a freebie. So Arzai generally plays his support so beautifully. That's just a very awkward mistake. So that was weird. On the bot lane here, Eternal Envy has got a Glove of Haste on his hero, and looks like the Chen creeps are coming in for a little bit of backstab gang. Stomp is gonna hit, but Admiral Bulldog is gonna be so tanky. Looks like the lifesteal coming in as well. The little bit of crazy Warcraft 3 blocking. Admiral Bulldog in a little bit of big trouble, but a lot of the blocking against Light of Heaven. Nice micro here and there on the top lane, chasing here against Havos. Diving very deep is Loda. Loda is maxing on Decay now, going back to 7 and 8 most likely. Then you now see on Loda. Stop pinging me, god damn. Now we do see, it looks like the horses are coming right in search, back out. Oh, so low. The zombie now will be chasing him. Look at that zombie. That is some like Michael Jackson walk. That is the Thriller walk, if I have to say here. But oh, nice cancel by Aki. Not a lot of players know that or understand that you should cancel Nightmare from your carry like this, and very nicely done. And Noda going for the chase on the Decay. One more Decay. Decay cools down just correct timing. We'll be able to get off. And now a Volt's teleported. He's gonna eat a horses to the face, and looks like he's gonna channel his ultimate. I don't think he's gonna get off. Another Decay, and no Tidehunter really punishing this over aggression by Navi, whatever you call it. They are trying to focus out on Loda, but Loda with the early purchase on the cloak, very well done. Way too tanky, just prevents them to get anything going, and suddenly the gold chart spiking hugely back upwards because the Radiant team still farming a lot better. S4 received 2 gank against him in the mid lane, now have since knocked down a tier 1 tower and is leading the game in terms of farm. Has a face boot to show as well as 1,000 gold in the bank. Of course, the Blink Dagger is going to be his obvious item choice, and once he does pick up the Blink, suddenly if you guys are on Navi side, you gotta be somewhat careful. Now with that said, most of the heroes on the Dire team is very survivable. Arzo is not going to die solo because he has Nightmare. He could even dump that Fading Sweep. Of course, Sankey won't really die because of Burrow Strike and Sandstorm. And Chen always could help you out with the heal, could always help you with the send back. So it's going to be somewhat difficult even for Templar 7 to get a kill after the Blink Daggers. So I don't know. You know, he's having that good farm. But I wonder how much this farm is really going to produce him. Back on the bot lane here, looks like a little bit gank coming in. Hasten Arzar, he's dropping a ward, and is he going to grip? Grip coming off cooldown just a bit. He's waiting for it, still waiting for a Sleeps Up here, because he doesn't want the Entangle to go against it, but the reinforcement coming just in the nick of time here. And arriving in the correct place. Dendi, not haste as well. Dendi has a Blink Dagger. Wow, he is just going to be initiating with some crazy vacuums, and of course later on with wall on top of that as well. And he might be throwing that initiation right on the bot lane. The thing is, the Dire team is not really in terms of team fight. They don't really have that much. They have the vacuum and Sanking, and that's the combo. But look at the Sanking up here. He's got no farm. He's got 13 creep kill. That's not to say that Havos can't farm. It's just to say that he had a very tough lane. I mean, against a Fencer Trolley, there's not really much you could ask for. But a very aggressive item build here, blinking in. You got to keep in mind that Blink is not exactly the best item you want against, especially Undying Tombstone. As one of those stray zombie will just prevent you from using another gank going against S4. Sorry for missing that one. Where did that happen? On the mid lane, I most imagine? On the top lane? Sorry for missing that one altogether. Was mostly focused on the push on the bot lane. And yeah, we'll see how it pays out for Dendi, but every time I question Dendi on his item choice, he just shows me up and make me look like a scrub because, you know, this is Dendi. He could get whatever the hell he wants. And Dendi's one of those very high impact player, such that if you give him a high impact item like a Blink Dagger, he will just make some spectacular play. So I'm waiting for, I'm holding my breath for big anticipation. And obviously that is a paradox because I'm definitely not holding my breath as I'm you know, saying like 80 words per minute. Am I saying 80 words per minute? I think I speak pretty fast. I think I speak faster than 80 words per minute. Somebody run a check on that. I don't even know why you would waste your time in doing so, but you guys waste your time watching my commentary, so somebody run a check of what's my average WPM as I'm casting. You know. And for extra more information, what is my W average correct words per minute? Because a lot of times I just say dumb random stuff that makes no sense. So I'm pretty sure the correct words per minute is pretty low. In either case, Eternal Envy, going in the mid lane, gotta really check out in terms of item because I don't want anybody else to be surprising me with those items. So I can show in the mid lane here. Yeah, Blink Dagger is the big surprise with Arcane Boots, no surprise there. We're gonna see mech on Chen, nothing on Sanking, still farming it up here. Nothing on Arzar, got the Bracer, gonna be going for a Drums, and last but not least, we're gonna see an Orchid attempt here for Light of Heaven. Meanwhile, on the Radiant side, I saw a Glove of Haste earlier. Hand of Mother effing Midas. Is he using the mice on the bear or is he using the mice on the hero? He is actually transferring it back and forth. And if you guys are wondering why he's doing that, now obviously your bear wants more attack speed, and putting it on the bear for attack speed is a good thing, but he's putting back on the hero as he's activating the Midas. And the reason you want to do so is that keep in mind that Midas give you a 2.5x bonus when it comes down to blowing up a creep and giving you the EXP bonus. If you use your bear to eat up a creep, you don't get the extra EXP. So every time, if you want to go Midas on the bear, and I do not advocate you to do so, but if you want to do it and be pro like Admiral Bulldog, always transfer your Midas back to your hero before you use it, because you don't want that EXP extra bonus going down the drain. So again, tiny blow plays on Admiral Bulldog like that just makes him a pro. But look at this, he's got 15-minute 2,300 gold in the bank, Tranquil Boots, Orb of Venom, as well as Hand of Midas on the bear. He is farming his pants off. 91 CS here on S4, Blink Dagger being picked up as well as Magic Wand. No Tidehunter, despite being down 4 kills, they're leading in terms of gold. I imagine, yeah, leading by 3,000 gold. They haven't even knocked down, well, as I say that, they have knocked down 3 tier 1 towers. Meanwhile, they only lost one of their own, but they're doing a lot better in terms of CS. They're taking care of their outer tower, so it's a very good lead here for Admiral Bulldog and his team. And the more important thing is that, we might see a little bit of engagement on the mid lane. The more important thing is that this team hasn't even reached the peak yet. Right now, we see mostly playing 3v5, I want to say, for NoTidehunter. S4's been farming, like he's been just AFK farming. Same thing with the Syllabur. And still, these guys are holding on. Now, obviously, they're down by 4 kills, but you only lost 1 towers, so you should be very happy on that. That Broodmother don't even have a game on her. Like she can't even go in the lane. Where the hell is that Broodmother? Broodmother's just jungling it up. Yeah, she's in the lane, but she can't really fight Admiral Bulldog. Heads up, in tango and a couple more right clicks, Light of Heaven's gonna lose a lot of HP. And it's very difficult for Navi to get the ganks off. So you can see the warding. They're dropping very defensive wards, but offensive wards. But on the same note, NoTidehunter's dropping very defensive ward. As this one did scope out Navi Puppy coming right in for the ganks. 3 centaurs, really good good amount of chase hunting if that's what he's going for. But really, where is he gonna chase? And I think they gotta take care of something, as we saw a clutch TD out here by Templar Assassin. To be honest though, against the Navi squad, they don't have too many stuns. There's Vacuum, there's Sleep, there's Burrow Strike, and there's alright, they got some stuns, but there were no stun at least available for that gank. And wasn't able to bring up Templar Assassin. Looks like they're going to go into the Roshan pit. Unfortunately, they don't have the DPS output for the Roshan as well. A lot of chains on here coming from the Chen creep here. Nice micro. That Centaur's perma-stun, at least for the duration of those bashes. And they are going to work him down, especially with the help of those Spiderlings. Who is actually going to... nice blink back out here for Dendi, avoiding those horses. Evidently having wards on the other side. Yep, very nicely done. Who's going to pick up the Aegis? I imagine you give it to the Light of Heaven, although Dendi picking up is not bad as well. Fable coming in, Tombstone looks like they want to fight this. Where's the Vacuum? Dendi losing a lot of HP very quickly. Hand of God coming in right now. Dendi's still very low. He does not have the mana. The Aegis went on the Broodmother. Looks like Chan has went down. The Dark Seer has went down. It looks like Arzar has went down as well. They see Broodmother. Broodmother being trapped right there. Broodmother does have the Aegis Immortal, but he's invisible. Anybody have Sentry Ward? There's a dust right now for Light of Heaven. Light of Heaven blows up his Aegis, but they still need another detection. His teammate will be hopefully coming right back. He's going to try to run out, but run right into the Sentry Ward, gets picked up here. So that Aegis sure got picked up here by the Dire team, but 4 kills, an Aegis kill, and boy, they lost a lot of gold throughout that. Sand King throughout the meantime has picked up a naked Blink Dagger, and it's gonna make the best of this. You gotta keep in mind that this is 175, this is 75, so 250 plus 490. 250, 390. He basically has to have full mana for the entire combo to get going. The trap sees Havos on the top high ground. S4 just has like spider senses, Templar senses, Templar traps everywhere. And a lot of teams will lost see a team fight right there. It looks like Blink Vacuum against S4. Fiend's Grip as well. They gotta just give up S4's life. Unfortunately, that is the sad exchange. It looks like Havos is gonna get up over. Oh, Aki getting the clutch TP out. Navi losing a couple here and there, gets a consolation prize of an S4 kill. They've been keeping S4 down. 2-4 is the score. S4 generally don't have such a bad start, but looks like in this game he does. There's a Nightmare slowing down. Can anybody steal his sleep? Nobody's stealing his sleep just yet. Chainslane going on Loda. Can you actually burst him down? Yes, you can. He's trying to heal his way out, but the block. There's a blind trying to push everybody out. Loda fighting his way, dude. Pops a pipe here and still trying to fight. He's going to survive, but the Vacuum backwards is going to bring him down. Dendi is trying to search himself out. The zombies, though. Zombie doing some work, but the sent back here from Puppy. Great team fight, great start here from Navi, but are we gonna have a pickup here? There's a chakra magic for Eternal Envy, but all these creeps are blocking the hell out of. Is he microing a zombie? He's microing a zombie. I didn't even know you could micro the. My mind has been sufficiently blown by all these small, and so has my windpipe. My mind has been blown by all these like small micro tactics I've been seeing here. I didn't even know you could micro zombies. I thought they just like on auto commands and they chase you. And I'm pretty sure he was microing because that zombie just walked in this awkward path. Unless that was a zombie chasing the Darkseer, he would TP. I'm gonna just say he was microing because he looked like pro shit. I'm gonna test it out afterwards to see whether you could micro or not. I just don't know. Because how Korean do you have to be to micro zombies in a team fight? And Loda's definitely not Korean, so that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, looks like Keeper of Light going to go for mech. One of the things I do love about Keeper of Light is that he's a support that gets a lot of creep kills. I know supports generally shouldn't get a lot of creep kills, but the time that he's getting the creep, he's doing it to defend towers, which is good, right? When you're getting pushed. It's the fact that you're supported to defend tower and relatively get an early mech for support, that's all you could ask for. You know, got Trango Poots as well. A lot of times we see, for example, even Arzard's Keeper of Light, he gets up to things like Hex or Shivas and Laking. Not many support here buying wards throughout the game could do that. Looks like we're going to have a toss back here, but Dendi, can he actually... No! Look at the burst damage. A Mel hit as well as a horse coming in. Great initiation here from Eternal Envy. A slight mistake here or there for Dendi. You should never really allow a very short casting range of that telekinesis to get up to you, especially when you have the Blink Dagger. But hey, you know, what can I say? Looks like we're gonna see a double Orchid Rush, unless we're gonna see a. Don't tell me we're gonna see a Blink Refresher. I wouldn't put it past Dendi. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be double Orchids, although that's quite awkward as well. In fact, man, it's gonna be a Refresher, isn't it? Do you really need double wall? Why would you need double wall? Double vacuum is very nice. But do you need double wall? I mean, it gives you a lot of burst damage. If you could pick off, let's say, the Keeper of the Light as well as Undying the beginning team fight just with double vacuum wall, that's legit, right? I mean, but we will wait and see as he's purchasing more and more items. But right now, we do see NoTidehunter perhaps getting feeling very confident in terms of push. Where your bear at? Emerald Bulldog, where your bear at? He's gonna recall it back very soon, I imagine, and he's gonna push. I imagine there is a Radiance on the bear. 157 last. It's still no bear in the fight just yet. There is a bear. There is a Radiance being finished, as well as a Hanamitis, and it's going to work against this tower. Nothing much you can do. There is a Iron Shell being dropped on Spare Bear, although there is no micro for this Spare Bear, so everybody's taking some extra damage. Looks like teleport going on the bot lane, and you gotta be careful if you're light. Look at all burn all those spiders, burn. Oh man, look at these go trying to mute a split. Light of Heaven definitely has not been playing some Brew War Dota, because if you play Brew War Dota and you don't mute a split against what is it? What is that science vessel? The cloud that looks like fart. Acid Cloud? I don't even know what's called, but hopefully for any old school Brew War viewers out there know these reference, know what I'm talking about. They gotta gank successfully Emerald Bulldog because he's going 1-0-2, and if you're going 1-0-2 on 180 CS in 22 minutes, that is 9 creep kills a minute. That is mind-blowing insane. It looks like they're finally ganking him. There's a bear being sent back. He's probably even gonna kill on Arzard. Here we go. Gonna go from tower to sleep goes in. He's gonna cancel sleep for his bear. That would be very sweet. That would be something where you say, oh, but no, he did not do that. He's like, no, I'm the master. Meanwhile, we did have a gank on the top lane for Eternal Envy. Keep missing these kills on the Radiant side. Has been a fairly kind of an awkward game. In terms of the aggression, both teams somewhat aggressive when they need to be, and then they're going to go back to farming. And when I say when they need to be aggressive, I mean these tower pushes, I mean these ganks. But for the most part, both teams content to farm away. And when you're farming against a lone druid, you got to be always very, very careful. If you don't have a big team fight and wipe the enemy team, or at least wipe a lot of the enemy team heroes, the lone druid is going to outlast you with his great damage output as well as tank ability. But with that said, there is some decent team fight potential as the lone druid is microing his bear around, just killing Spiderling. Light of Heaven, you are feeding way too much gold from this. Really trying to burst down this bear, but really, I mean, he could resummon any time, so I'm not sure if it's worth it. There you go, there's a resummon on the bear. Yeah, there is some crazy team fight. Blink Epicenter is the thing, especially if we're going to see... Yeah, Dendi. Yes, Dendi, we are gonna see some double vacuum, double wall action. All right. I still don't understand why you wouldn't want to do this, but perhaps for the reason I suggested against a Silver, one of the best way to beat a Silver team is to win team fights. And win team fights so lopsided that Silver is the only sole survivor on that team. But with that said, look at the farming difference. He is doubling almost the highest farming hero on the Dire squad, and of course all these towers are helping out, but really it is coming from that 220 CS in 24 minutes. We are getting close to 10 in creep kill per minute. Now obviously it is super inflated. I'll talk about why it's inflated in just a bit. Light of Heaven really trying to fight his way out, trying to get a kill against the Eternal Envy. Orca's gonna get the kill. Worse Entangle, no Entangle necessary, but Entangle might have saved Eternal Envy. We do have the blink attack here from Havos. Havos trying to burrow his way out. He is hasted, and one more Entangle. The Entangle hacks against Havos. Havos just dies flat out. Oh, that is so unfortunate. I do believe we are gonna see a tier 2 tower push coming from NoTidehunter right now, or they should. I do believe they should, or maybe they're gonna just wait for the Roshan. It's gonna be coming in a couple of minutes, or they are just content to farm. What was I talking about? Yes, the heavily inflated creep score of this 225. A lot of those are spiraling, and judging from micro I've seen from Light of Heaven, he's been feeding a lot of spiraling as well. So not exactly. I don't exactly know what the real number is, but the real number is that he is farming his pants off. Look at this. Look at this chart of net worth. Meanwhile, Eternal Envy's got nothing. I feel sorry for you, my friend. But that is the woe of playing the 5th row on the support. You get no farm, you get 056 because you're the weakest, you're the squishiest hero on the map, and you know, pretty sad. One thing I've been looking forward to is whether these pro warders are buying these the special wards. My favorite wards is from the set of the 6 or 7 special wards is the Chen ward. I think it looks the coolest. I like the Shadow Demon quite a bit. The Bane Elemental looks pretty nice as well. I own 2 wards myself. I own the Crystal Maiden and the Lina, obviously, because who would you want a beta do on a horse or a Witch Doctor ward when you could have some... Oh, hey, sexy ladies! That was my horrible attempt for Gangnam Style, but... I've been getting that song in my head because it's hard not to when it's being played on the radio all freaking day. Hyperstone being picked up here on Spirit Bear, as we're going to see Assault Cures very soon. Still, most likely using the Midas every time on cooldown. On Light of Heaven, man, look at the gold that he's just getting. Light of Heaven. Light of Heaven. I think we need to officially install a Brooding Feed counter because it's got to be at least 500 gold worth that he's fed. And now Assault Cures has been finished. Where is the transition of the... Is he Midasing still? Looks like he now looks like he has to just Midas off the bear. No more point to really switch it back to the hero, considering that he's level 18. And there you go. We're gonna see a Roshan attempt coming from NoTidehunter. I'm still waiting for that explosive team fight to come out from Navi. Oh, it's gonna be done in just 25 gold. Here we go. He's gonna have to go for that. He's gotta get it. Go, go, go. Are they gonna give up Aegis? Nah, no more time to get this. And it looks like Emerald Bulldog's gonna pick up this Aegis for free. And I do believe at this point in time, Emerald Bulldogs and all NoTidehunter fans and the entire NoTidehunter team believes, alright, we got the Aegis. We could just storm down the mid lane and win this game. Because on paper, absolutely agree that's gonna be the case. But whether that's gonna be the case in reality is a big question, because there's a refresh orb and a blink dagger on Darkster. Darkster probably, for the best sake of his team's interest, should be farming for that level 16 as well, as there is a big difference between a level 2 wall and a level 3 wall. Obviously, I imagine if he's going to go for this kind of item, the Axe Scepter is going to be his next item choice. Nice vacuum down on the low ground here, getting him a lot of gold right there, and getting closer, ever closer to that level 16. One more big camp is going to do it. Meanwhile, NoTidehunter still content to farm away. I mean, they do have the better late game in the Silver, but they got to start going, man. They got to start going. Really, don't want to give too much room for Navi. If there's one team in the world where you don't want to give them any time, it don't matter if they have five support lineup, it's Navi, because they probably find a way to come back and make your game very, very hard and win. Not let alone when they have, you know, Light of Heaven farming away here on the Broodmother. There you go. The push on the bot lane is going to be very, very simple. I imagine send the bear in, a couple right click on the tower, and make sure your hero is safe. You can see that Emerald Bulldog staying quite far away, and then just simply using the extra demolish damage from the bear and to get the tower. Free tower gets picked up here, and they are going to back off. Why is Starladder not a common pick nowadays in the pro scene? I'm not sure. I do see him being banned a lot of times. It looks like S4 is gonna break out in the team fight here. He wants Arzar. Arzar losing HP very big time here, but he's sleeping himself, and looks like, oh, nice sandback. Did you see what S4 is trying to do? He's trying to sideblade off the Chen creeps for the kill. Damn! The creativity, the understanding, the mastery of his hero. They do pick up Puppey, but at the very least, Bane Elemental has been saved by the Sandbag. Dendi will now be coming back, and this team fight will be breaking out, and I will be watching with bated breath. Where is the... Oh, there's a callback here for S4 after he has teleported back and got some mana. Looks like Crystallis has been his item choice, and Dendi, where are you, my friend? Has been using a surge, still waiting for it, still waiting for it. Is he gonna blink? Blink! Vacuum! Wall! Looks like there's a teleport in from Havos. Where's the second vacuum? Second wall, no second wall. Dendi has been picked up, but he has done enough damage, has done enough work. But no, looks like the Tidehunter, no, excuse me, no Tidehunter just burning this away, and that's a GG. Navi says that's one team fight. We had one chance to win it, and that's it. Wow. 30-minute GG. Alright, let's watch that team fight one more time in slow-mo, because I expected a little bit more out of Navi, right? I mean, that was like the most anticlimactic finish. Alright, oh shoot. Alright, we're gonna watch. Alright, we're gonna watch this in half speed. Half speed. The game's short, so I could do this. Alright, okay. Where's the epicenter? Epicenter being channeled. Vacuum onto. There's a pipe. They have a pipe, and the pipe is just killing them. They're not even losing HP. Vacuum, he doesn't have enough mana either. Oh no, not enough mana to take care of the second wall. And well, you know, that's why it's a little bit rough game. It's a little bit rough game to have buybacks, but really the team fight was won very much so at that point. So well, I thought I've seen it all, you know. Refresh your orb on the Darkseer, but I don't want to fault Dendi on this. You might be saying, you know, why is he going for these joke items and all these BS and all that stuff? I really thought that was really like the only way out. What else he's gonna get? Like a mech, a Vanguard, a pipe? I mean, pipe would not be too effective against this team either, because the biggest damage output is all physical damage output. So really, it was a very creative way to attempt to do something against NoTidehunter, and good to see that Navi is definitely using the brain and being creative about it. But yeah, really nothing much they could do, and NoTidehunter really making this game look easy. Remember, they started this game 0-6. Remember that? And I gotta say though, Light of Heaven did not impress me in this particular game in terms of his Spiderling feeds, because 284 creep kills, I imagine 84 of them, or at least close to that number, has been Spiderling kills. So it's not good when you're feeding Emerald Bulldog, because he will make you pay. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this cast. It has been a short and a sweet one, and there is a Bane Elemental and that Pit Fire of Hell enjoying the game as well. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, I'm signing. Oh, actually, before I've been signing off, there is a thread on my Facebook page, and I will include a link on the description box on YouTube. I'm going to be making a Q&A video after the 350 marathon. So if there's any question that you would like to ask me, whether regarding anime, regarding just experience as a caster, or if you want to know a little bit more about me, post your questions in the link I provide in the description box, and I'll be probably picking like the best 10 or /15 questions and answering it, because I felt like I haven't did one of those Q&A video for a long time. So I think it's about time to do one, and what better time to do it is after the 350 marathon series. But yep, that's it. That's the announcement. Hope you guys enjoyed this game, and until next time, this is Luminous signing off to you guys.